just gotten off of working 12-hour shifts. We were probably on for 3 weeks, maybe a month. We just got word that morning that end of tour duty would be the final time we work at 12s. We'll go back to our regular shifts. So everybody was kind of just taking it easy.
July 17th, 2016, a Sunday morning just before 8:40. At first, it sounded like a routine call.
Can you send me a couple units to be quick on Airline and Old Hammond?
Just to be advised, I'll be out at the city at the Be Quick on Airline Highway across from Hammond Mall. Supposedly a lady came up and said there was a subject walking with a coat and a assault rifle out here behind the store.
That's whenever the radio started going haywire.
Shot fired, officer down! Shot fired, officer down! Got a city officer down! Shot fired! Shot fired on Airline! I know where the subject shooting from. We do not have a 20 on the shooter. He is not in sight. Possibly sniper. Hey, we need the Bearcat. We need the Bearcat.
The deputy who dispatched that first call for help was Brad Garafola. Just next door, Baton Rouge Police Corporal Montrell Jackson had finished washing his patrol car.
It was like, you know, those officers that got killed in Dallas the weekend before? And I laid there and I said, Lord, I do not want to experience this. If something should happen to my child, I don't know what I'd do. And then next weekend, it was me.
I was in a group text with some of the other officer wives, and I was asking, you know, what's going on? And they were saying, well, my husband's okay. My husband's okay. And I'm like, well, what about my husband? And it just went dead.
Officer Matthew Gerald had stopped at the Be Quick to pick up a drink. Within minutes, Jackson and Gerald, along with East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Deputy Brad Garafola, were killed. They had been ambushed by a former Marine. Deputy Nick Touye raced to the scene after hearing Garafola's radio call. He was shot 3 times.
Told us that Nick was in surgery and not to expect any good outcome because, you know, he said he was in real bad shape.
He defied those expectations, fighting for nearly 6 years before dying from his injuries in May of 2022. Deputy Bruce Simmons was also shot, and Baton Rouge police officer Chad Montgomery drove directly into the gunfire.
1 or 2 shots went through the front windshield and through the plastic cage in the back of the car into the back windshield. So that's the one that hit me on the side of the head. And as we were backing up, coming out, he started shooting again as it came through the side windshield.
In less than 20 minutes, 6 law enforcement officers had been shot. 3 were killed. The gunman was then killed by Baton Rouge Police's SWAT team. The days that followed left South Louisiana grieving. 3 brothers in blue were laid to rest. But the deepest wounds were carried by the families they left behind. Wives who became widows, children who would grow up without their fathers, and parents forced to bury their sons.
Sometimes I can feel him, but I can't see him. I talk to him most of the time.
How do you feel him?
Sad, because he's not here.
It's hard to watch them miss their dad because I can't ease the pain. I can't make it better. You know, all I can do is, you know, give them the memories that I have and what I hold on to.
What have the last 10 years been like for you guys?
Miserable.
No answer.
10 years have passed. A decade of birthdays, holidays, graduations, weddings, and new grandchildren. Life has moved forward, but for these families, someone is always missing.
The anniversary seems to be something that you celebrate. It's a happy, joyous time. This is not an anniversary. It doesn't fit that bill. It doesn't fit that description.
The stories you are about to see are not just about the men who were taken that morning. They are about the families who have carried their legacies for the past decade. This is their story.
You said you were want more.
It's finally here, a day years in the making.
Here, Addie.
Outside, the sun shines bright on a beautiful spring day in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Preparations are underway for an outdoor wedding, with an altar adorned with flowers as the bride looks on from the balcony. And Mother Nature is adding its own touch of perfection, pink azaleas to go with the wedding colors, almost as if nature had a hand in the planning.
I just wish with all my heart that I can just capture it the best that I can with letting her live in the moment and capturing like even this of her father, of just making sure that I get these little details that may seem so minor but like are everything to Braylee. It makes me emotional for sure because my dad's my best friend.
25-year-old Braylee Garafola has dreamed of this moment for years, but there's one person she wishes could be here to see it. July 17th, 2016, the day before the Garafola family was set to leave on vacation, East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Deputy Brad Garafola picked up an extra duty shift at the Bequick on Airline Highway. He never made it home. 6 law enforcement officers were shot in a deadly ambush that morning. 4 would lose their lives.
I'm glad today is her day. And that my father-in-law, her papa, can step in and her brother in place of their dad. It's emotional, it's bittersweet. I hate that this is a milestone that he's gonna miss along with other milestones.
Tanya Garafola has spent the last decade doing what parents do best, helping her children keep moving forward while carrying a loss that never really leaves.
Daddy's Bray Bray. That's what he would call him, Bray Bray.
Don't cry.
I'm not crying. I'm not
cry.
I'm not crying.
You make us get done. You can't cry.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Okay,
I'm not crying. I'm not gonna cry. I love you.
I love you.
Proud of you, peanut butter.
Today is very, very special, especially because it's a really big step for my sister, and I have very big shoes to fill.
Samantha Garafola, known to everyone as Sammy, was just 7 years old when her father was killed. Today, she's 17. She's celebrating her sister's wedding, and later tonight, she has her own homecoming.
We'll always miss our dad, and he won't be here to see a lot of things, but no matter what, we know he's always watching, and he'll always be proud of us.
Watching her daughter become a bride is a moment filled with pride and a reminder of just how far this family has come.
I am so proud of how she has dealt with things, especially her tragedy. I'm so proud of the young woman she has become. She's entering into wifeyhood and eventually into motherhood. And it's just reminds me of how old I am. But at this very moment, I am so proud of who she is. She's so beautiful inside and out.
The lucky young man is Michael Sterling. They met years before they started dating. But in 2016, as freshmen in high school, their relationship took on a different meaning. While Braylee needed someone outside her family to lean on, Michael was there.
You know, at a time where it was like, you know, I couldn't, not that I didn't want to, you know, lean on my mom or lean on my siblings, you know, it's like we were all going through it. So it wasn't like I didn't want to put my pain on them. So for me to kind of have somebody else to go to, I mean, honestly, if he wasn't there, I don't know where I would be today. I don't know if I'd be the same person. I'm more excited than anything. Because, like, I mean, we've been engaged for 2 years, been together for 10 years. It was about dang time. But now it's like, the closer we're getting, the more nervous I'm starting to feel.
While the bridal party finishes getting ready, the final touches are being put on a reception designed to honor the people who couldn't be there in person, but are still part of the day.
He's 100% looking down, especially when it comes to his Bray Bray.
With the dress on, the day suddenly feels real.
How fast time flies. Going from, you know, looking back thinking 10 years, like, that's so far away. And now it's like, no, it's right here.
I look at the little girl that was sitting in my lap when I got married. She was just 10 months old.
And we're going to take that picture too.
And now she's getting married.
Downstairs, her pawpaw waits. Today, he will do something his son never had the chance to do.
I love it. I'm glad for it, and I know Brad will be more than happy for it.
Oh, thank you. Don't make me cry
I know.
already. I ain't cried all day.
No, I love you. You know.
Even though my dad's not here, I'm glad that my papa's here to be in his place. Well, he's the father of my father, and he's my papa, and I'm his peanut butter. All the memories we have together, always fussing at me, even though I love it.
I'm really happy for this day. She's one of my best grandkids.
And then, the moment they have both been waiting for.
The journey is quick.
Love you too, buddy. So happy for you, Peanut.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you so much.
There was never any question of who would walk Braylee down the aisle. Her pawpaw would take the first half, her brother would finish the walk, and her father would be with her every step of the way.
I wanted to make this tie because I wanted something special to have my dad walking down the aisle with me and my papa. And as I know, this is probably the only picture I know that all three of us are in here. So I couldn't find a better way to honor my dad, to have him walk with both of us.
Me and my sister, when we were, I think, at a beach somewhere, probably, I was like 4 or 5 years old. It means that I know that me and my sister always be together side by side, no matter how much we argue or don't get along. The times that we do are always cherished.
Brad Garofalo Jr. was just a little boy when his father was killed. 10 years later, he's helping fill the role his dad should have had.
I wish he could be here, but I know he's looking down on us, and he's happy to be here with Braylee. He's here in spirits, and I wish he could be too, and we could enjoy this together, and Lord knows what we'd be talking about nowadays.
Like most brothers and sisters, they pick on each other.
I'm really happy to see you go, and I'm really happy to walk you down
You're really
the aisle.
happy to see me go?
Well, like, you know what I meant, send you off. You know what I meant.
I know.
I'm happy to walk you down the aisle.
But Tanya says after July 17th, her son grew up overnight.
Their brother, who's my daddy, their daddy, and Papa at the same time. He's a grandpa.
Some of the strongest bonds are formed through shared loss. Mason Jackson was just 4 months old when his father, Baton Rouge Police Corporal Montrell Jackson, was killed in the same ambush. The Garofolas and Jacksons did not know each other before that day. Now, Braylee is the big sister Mason grew up with.
Thank you, baby. Well, the little baby that I met 10 years ago, I mean, he was about 4 months old, is now a 10-year-old boy standing in front of me. He said he wasn't that excited yet, but that he was going to be excited the day of. You look so handsome.
I feel very happy for her, and I'm very proud of her for taking care of me when I was growing up.
I'm going to cry. Mason, you're my baby. You'll always be my baby.
Outside, one chair sits empty, reserved for Brad Garofalo. His mom takes her seat. Their son escorts his mom. Mason, ring security for the day, heads down the aisle.
I'm very thankful for her asking me to do this. I really appreciate it. It makes me proud. It's overwhelming, I know that.
I'm really proud to be able to do so. It feels like I'm be able to step up for her and do something for her. And I'm happy to be the one to send her off. I'm happy for her.
Who gives this woman to this man?
Some moments don't need words.
You may now kiss your bride.
Welcome back, our newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Sterling.
would be no father-daughter dance. Instead, a mother and daughter shared the moment.
Slipping through my fingers all the time, I try to capture every minute. The feeling in it, slipping through my fingers all the time.
We love her.
Since the wedding, the Sterlings are already expecting a little boy who is due come December. A gift Tanya Garafola says her late husband is sending down to the family in the form of himself.
He would be proud. He's 100% looking down.
Okay, seriously, for the folks at home.
Which one is Dudley and which one is DeBosier?
Okay, you're Dudley and you're DeBosier.
Dudley DeBosier.
Interesting.
I'm going with DeBosier, Dudley. I don't know, it's both of you, Dudley DeBosier.
Exactly, we're a team.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Steve. And if you've been injured,
Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
come on, for real now. You're Dudley.
My name is Mason, last name Jackson, and I'm here because my father was killed in an ambush.
Mason was just 4 months old when his father, Montrell Jackson, died in the July 17th ambush. In the last decade, there has been no shortage of information about who his dad was.
While I was growing up, a lot of my family members and friends have told me a lot about it. He was really nice, really kind. He had a big, strong heart, and he really cared a lot about people.
Mason has grown into a smart young man, surrounded by love and support from his family and family friends, including Baton Rouge police officers who worked side by side with his dad.
Uncle Billy.
Who is Uncle Billy?
He worked with my dad, he worked with my dad before he got killed in the ambush, and I consider him as my uncle.
Uncle Billy is Baton Rouge Police Sergeant Billy Amy. He worked the same shift as Montrell at the same district. What does Mason call you?
Uncle Billy.
What's that mean to you?
Well, you know, I hope that I can be a role model for him, you know, something that he can, you know, look up to, and something that Montrell would want for him.
How close are you to him?
Very.
What does he do for you? Does he buy you sodas and get fussed at by mom? What does your Uncle Billy mean to you?
He means a lot. He comes to a lot of my baseball games. He works for our community. He helps me in a lot of stuff. I come to his house. I've came to his house a lot of times, and he makes it feel like home, and he helps me fish.
Good job.
And he taught me a little bit of how to swim.
There you go.
And ride the four-wheeler and stuff.
Uncle Billy is not the only person outside of Mason's immediate family who has helped him navigate the loss of his father. Mason has grown close with the whole Garafola family, Brad's wife Tanya, and their 3 children, Brayley, Brad, and Sammy. What do they mean to you?
I've never actually thought of that.
Brayley, what do you call Brayley?
My cousin, really.
What's she mean to you?
A lot to me.
Why?
Because she knows that I've only got 4 months with my dad, and she's got 9 years.
The Garafolas and Uncle Billy have stepped in to play a huge role in Mason's life. He also has the unconditional love and support of his mom, Trinisha Jackson, and his grandmother, Veronica Jackson. But growing up without his dad has not been easy.
I don't want to say hard, but it's been like sometimes, well, I see other people, like other of my friends or other kids with their dad when I was growing up, and I didn't get to experience that.
And how's that feel?
It makes me sad, but it also makes me happy to see that he's watching over me, and he's not like here, but he's here.
Through loved ones like Uncle Billy, Trenisha, and Veronica, there have been no shortage of stories and memories for Mason to hear about his dad. And learning about the man Montrell was gives Mason a sense of pride.
I'm very proud of him for working for our community and helping his mom, my mom, and his brother, and a lot of his family and friends.
And Mason knows that while his dad is not physically here, he has been helping him through this last decade. If you can say anything to Dad today, on now coming up on 10 years, what do you say to him?
Thanks for being my angel for 10 years.
Mason is not just grateful for his angel, but for everyone in his life who has stepped up. If you can say anything to Uncle Billy, what do you say?
Thanks for being my second police protector.
Uncle Billy has been right there, that you are learning a lot of the things that your dad would have been teaching you.
Yes.
And is that why you're saying Uncle Bill is your second protector? Who's first?
My dad.
While Uncle Billy, the Garafolas, and countless others have played some huge roles in Mason's life, his biggest supporters are the two women affected by Montrell's death the most, his wife Trenisha and his mother Veronica. Now the two have grown incredibly close just over the past decade, sharing everything from heartache and memories to growth and healing.
I always tell people, my daughter-in-law is like my daughter, really.
This is like a second mom to me.
Trenisha Jackson and Veronica Jackson have always been close, but their relationship reached a new level on July 17, 2016. The day Montrell Jackson, Trenisha's husband and Veronica's oldest son, was killed in an ambush on law enforcement in Baton Rouge.
351 now. Be all with missing units out here. Supposedly a guy with a rifle next to the building.
It was Sunday morning. I was getting ready for church, and I was just listening to gospel music while I was getting ready for church. I misplaced my cell phone. At this time, I'm a new mom, so I'm just trying to get two people together. It's, different. So once I do find my phone, I realized that I had several missed calls from my brother-in-law that lived in South Carolina at the time. And he asked me, when was the last time I talked to Montrell, and did I know what was going on? And I was like, no. He was like, well, you need to turn the TV on. So I turned the TV on, and that's when I saw officers down. So I immediately started calling his phone, no answer.
Trenisha said even if Montrell was busy, he would always answer when she called and let her know he was busy and that he would call her back. But that day, he never picked up.
I was in a group text with some of the other officer wives, and I was asking, what's going on? And they were saying, well, my husband's okay. My husband's okay. And I'm like, well, what about my husband? And it just went dead.
Trenisha saw on the news the officers were rushed to Our Lady of the Lake, and she decided to go there herself. She arranged to meet her mother on the way to the hospital so she could drop off Mason while she went to find out what was going on.
One of the sergeant wives called me, and she said, well, Trenisha, why are you going to the lake? I say, well, I need to see him for myself. He's not answering the phone. I need to see him. She said, well, if something would have happened, you'll be notified. I say, well, maybe they call on the house phone and it's unplugged. I'm going to the hospital. So I ended up going to the hospital. At this time, everyone's calling my phone. I'm just telling them that I'm headed to the lake. I don't know what's going on.
The hospital had extra security that morning because of the ambush, and when Tranisha arrived, an officer told her Montrell was there.
I ran in there and I'm like, well, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And they brought me to a room, and that's when they told me that he, I don't remember the exact words, but that's when they told me the news.
Veronica found out what happened that morning while she too was watching TV.
The news came across the screen, and I was like, oh my God. I called my son that was in his bedroom at the time, Kedrick, and I said, Kedrick, call Montrell. For some reason why, I don't know. But I said, call Montrell. He's called. He said, Mama, he won't answer. I said, bring me the phone right quick. I said, hurry up. So when he brought me the phone, I called. Usually Montrell answered me and said, Mama, I'm busy. I'm going to call you right back. He did not answer.
Shortly after that, Veronica got a call from Tranisha.
She said, Miss Veronica, you need to get to the hospital. I was like, oh my God. It's like the Lord had shown me this, but it was like, you know, those officers that got killed in Dallas the weekend before? And I laid there and I said, Lord, I do not want to experience this. If something should happen to my child, I don't know what I'd do. And then next weekend, it was me. I just couldn't believe it because we had celebrated the 4th over at his house in Tranisha. We had a good little time. We had fun. And I was supposed to have met them that Sunday over at the house for a barbecue. And he was like, but I have to go to work first. When I get off, we're gonna meet at 4 o'clock. I said, okay. I had talked to him that night before, and I never dreamed, never thought that, you know, this would happen.
The events of that morning changed the course of the Jacksons' lives forever.
I had no clue what I was gonna do. Like, I just was lost because Montrell did everything. He took care of everything, and it was just, I was just lost. I honestly lived life in a bubble because he did everything. So my mom brought Mason in the room, and I could just remember just rocking him, just saying, Jesus, 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 because that's the only person I knew to call on, because I just never thought in a million years that would happen to me.
How old were you?
I was 29.
Young bride, young mom.
Mm-hmm.
Your dreams, everything's all in front of you.
Yep.
In that very moment, did you feel like everything just shattered in front of you?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Veronica said she knew her son was gone when she walked into the hospital and saw Tranisha.
When I walked in the hospital, I saw Tranisha. Everybody just stared like, what we gonna tell her? And I was like, where's Montrell? And they was like, he's in the back. I said, okay, he's in the back, but how is he? What's going on? And he was like, well, all I can say is he's gone. I was like, oh my God, he's gone. I got my grandbaby that's 4 months old that we had been looking for years for them to have a baby. And now my daughter-in-law, what we gonna do? And she also said, Miss Veronica, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Me and Mason gonna be homeless. I said, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. You got me. It doesn't matter what go on after this, but you got me.
And ever since then, Tranisha and Veronica have been a team, always there for each other, and of course, always there for Mason.
This is my friend, as well as my mother-in-law, as well as Mason's grandmother. She is amazing.
Happy Grandparents Day!
Like I say, we have a good time together. And I know Montreal is smiling down because he wouldn't have it any other way.
Trinisha and Veronica's relationship is not the only thing that has grown in the last decade. So has Montrell's legacy. Just 9 days before the 2016 ambush, Montrell took to social media to express his frustration and some of the hardships he was facing as a Baton Rouge police officer at the time. The post reads in part, quote, "I am tired, physically and emotionally, disappointed in some family, friends, and officers for some reckless comments, but hey, what's in your heart is in your heart. I still love you because hate takes too much energy, but I definitely won't be looking at you the same. I swear to God I love this city, but I wonder if this city loves me. In uniform, I get nasty, hateful looks, and out of uniform, some consider me a threat." Then he goes on to say something that left its mark on Baton Rouge. "Please don't let hate infect your heart."
These were very, very, very trying times in Baton Rouge in 2016. Racial tensions were very high. Everybody hated the police at this point leading up to the ambush. Tensions were high. And here was Montrell saying, just put it all aside. When you saw that post, "Don't let hate infect your heart," after he's gone, what did that become to you? What did those words mean to you?
It was something, I guess I would say, monumental.
Trinisha took those words and ran with them to create something that will last for years to come. She created the Montrell Lyle Jackson Foundation.
But you started an entire website all for him. Talk to me about that. What made you do that? Why'd you do it? You started a foundation. This is where we're going to brag about you. A website, a foundation, backpacks, shoes, this.
Montreal was just such a great person to me, great person to whoever he encountered, and I never want him to be forgotten. Like, I feel like he deserves to be remembered forever and ever. And so as long as I have breath in my body, like, that's my goal.
The foundation started out with a shoe drive because Montrell loved shoes. But since then, they have been able to host different types of drives and even a scholarship, but it has not been easy.
We've gave scholarships out in the past. We just recently did a scholarship as well, but it's been 10 years and finances, funding is hard. It's hard being a nonprofit. It's hard getting funding. It's hard getting sponsors. So a lot of stuff we don't do anymore, but I do make it my duty to do the back to school giveaway and the toy drive. And last year I thought that was gonna be my last year doing the toy drive, but God worked it out and he blessed us to be, we received a lot of toys. The goal is to continue giving back to the community with law enforcement, just bridging the gap between law enforcement and the community, doing it to keep Montrell's memory alive.
And these days, Trinisha has another baby besides Mason to help her keep her late husband's memory alive.
Oh, Chateau Lao is my other baby. It's an event center where we host baby showers, weddings, birthday parties, anniversary parties, any type of event, even repasses. It's named after Montrell as well as Mason. That's both of their middle names, Lyle. So I always love planning events, and the opportunity came and I took it, and we've been blessed to celebrate 5 years.
And in a full circle moment, one of the events Trinisha hosted at Chateau Lyle was Braylee's bridal shower. And someday soon, it will host her baby shower as well. Trinisha built Chateau Lyle to someday give to Mason, and she made sure he knows the meaning behind it and his middle name.
What's Lyle mean?
Love yourself, love equally.
Where did that come from?
My dad. Also my mom.
Tranisha has worked hard to get to where she is today and overcome everything life has thrown at her. And she has a message for anyone going through a hardship today.
So if anybody ever has to be in my shoes, I could truly tell them time heals, and if you are willing to put in the work, you will be at peace and find joy too.
If scoring savings is your goal, then the place to be is Team Toyota, where you can get a new Tacoma for just $299 a month, or score 2.99% financing on a new 26 Tundra. Drive away a winner in your new Toyota from Team Toyota, I-12 and O'Neill.
Tish and Ronnie Gerald have been in the process of rebuilding their lives for a decade, brick by brick. They put their house back together following flooding in August of 2016.
Moved out on our anniversary, moved out of our house. And then we had a lot of remodeling and everything that went with rebuilding a house.
10 years later, their house is back in one piece, but their hearts may never be whole. That's because 1 month before that flood, July 17, 2016, their son, Officer Matthew Gerald, was killed in the ambush on law enforcement in Baton Rouge.
I was severely depressed, though. I barely remember the first year after with his death and then the floods, and I didn't do a lot. I just hibernated, and nobody knows the feeling except those that have lost children, and it's something that everybody says should never happen. Of course, you shouldn't have to bury your child, but
Matthew Gerald had only been a police officer for 4 months when the shooting happened. Before that, he served in the Marines and Army.
I always thought it would be in the military with him being a crew chief on a Black Hawk helicopter, and they were in Iraq and it's just, I thought about that fear of a helicopter and not coming home and being a policeman and to get killed here. I didn't think of that.
Matthew spent 4 years in the Marine Corps and then went back to serve another 8 years in the Army. After serving in the military, Matthew went to the police academy and ultimately became an officer at the Baton Rouge Police Department. But Matthew's police career was cut short, and the Geralds did not get to see him live out his dream. Now, 10 years later, the Geralds only have memories of their youngest son. One day that they will never forget is July 17th, the day of the ambush. It happened on a Sunday morning, but Tish actually got somewhat of a warning that her son may be in danger the night before, because everyone knew tensions across Baton Rouge were so high following days of civil unrest.
At the vigil mass on Saturday, and the priest there was at the time said, girl, you better tell your son to lay low. This was Saturday evening, and I said, why? And he said, because they say that people are trying to find their addresses and go after them. And, I just said, oh my God, I didn't know that. Well, the next morning, I walked in here to make coffee, and the TV had the still camera showing a cruiser. And I just knew it was Matthew. I just knew it was him. And I could hear the priest saying, you better tell him to lay low. And I went, oh my God. We called and called and called his phone. Everybody called here. We called everybody. Is it him? Is it him? But I knew it was him.
Ronnie said he also found out about what happened while watching TV. He tried calling his house, texting him, reaching out to his wife Desha, but he never got a hold of Matthew. Finally, the Geralds got a call from their nephew.
My nephew called and he said it was Matt and Tish. I was in denial, At that point I was in denial. However, I knew it was him. I just kept saying, no, it's not him. So we ran out not knowing whether to go to the hospital, or we went to Desha's house. And then we never saw him, his face when he was at the hospital.
Dad, what went through you when you got final confirmation?
Oh, it was just, man, I had such a,
In a trance, like
yeah,
we were.
terrible feeling. I just didn't have any go about me. I just didn't want to believe it, but it was a reality. It really happened, and I guess I've been some days in denial since then, but I know it's real, and that's it. It's never again, Matt, you know. And so I really I want to put a lot of times in my grandchildren and my other son and his family and great grandkids, and you know, it's just
The time we have left.
yeah, it's really, and it's hard on me.
Matthew's children are among the grandkids Ronnie mentioned. Matthew and his wife Desha had 2 children together, Finley and Fallon, or better known as Baby Buttons. Now, Tish and Ronnie are making sure his kids remember their dad and his memory lives on.
We try to show them the pictures we have left. In the flood, we lost everything. And we have a big poster, framed poster that a niece made us of Matthew in every situation you could imagine. And we talk about, you know, the kind of guy he was and the things he did and things he liked, and you know, because they don't even know him.
And they have portraits all through their house, big portraits, you know, hanging with Matt and all his awards and flags and stuff like that. So they see his picture every day.
In the 10 years since the tragedy, the Geralds are still working through their grief.
Some days it just seems like it was yesterday with Matt. But I have a lot of grieving times that I sit on the patio just by myself and think about him.
I flashed through his whole life with us and all the memories and the celebrations. And I talk about him, I say his name every day to whoever I'm with at the grocery store, the guy loading my groceries, I'll tell him about Matt, and just anybody I'm with.
Losing his son has given Ronnie a new outlook and respect for police.
I don't understand how you could be a policeman in the danger you go through every day. But you got to have them, and they're out there, and I respect them. I always have and always will respect the police.
And while many of us have heard the saying, time heals all wounds, Tish says there is no healing. There's just learning to live with the pain.
It's tough, but it never gets easier, like people say. Does it get easier? But, you know, you learn to make it part of your life. I talk to him all the time. He's still with us, just not in the flesh. And I just know that I'm going to see him one day, and we'll all be together.
Officer Matthew Gerald left behind his wife Desha and their 2 kids, Finley and Fallon. Now, Matt did not even know about Fallon. That's because Desha found out she was pregnant after Matt's death. Now, ages 13 and 9, the family is trying to navigate a life without Matt in it while keeping his memory alive.
It's difficult when, you know, there's milestones that, you know, he misses, you know, like we had a 13th birthday, one in middle school now. You know, those big milestone days are hard.
For Matthew Gerald's wife and their 2 children, there is not a day that passes that they don't think about him.
We talk about Matt every day, remember him every day, but it's still, a piece of us is missing, so it's still difficult.
On top of talking about him regularly, his family has always had a room in their house dedicated to Matt.
So when the first house that we lived in after Matt passed was my office, and the whole room had all of Matt's memorabilia in it, and it was a whole room dedicated to him. And when we moved, I hated to take that down, and when we went to the next house, we did the same thing again. We dedicated a whole room to him as well there. and it'll be done here too. We just moved in and we just not there yet. I feel like it's important, and the kids need a space that they can go into to kind of look at what what we have, and just be able to remember or even see things that they may have not seen before.
Keeping Matt's memory alive through stories is all the family has, because Finley was so young when he died that she doesn't remember him, and Fallon wasn't even born yet.
Finley, tell me about you the last 10 years. I don't know if you even remember much. You were literally 3 years old.
Last thing I remember was him just being a great dad and understanding how my mom wants what my mom wants in life and how he cares about people.
Do you remember your time with him?
Not really.
What do you remember him most for?
His personality and his goofiness and him being a great father. It's mostly what I remember.
When it comes to now 9-year-old Fallon, he never got the opportunity to meet his dad.
You found out about Fallon after everything happened.
Yes. 2 weeks to the day of me burying Matt, I found out I was pregnant from Fallon.
While he never knew his dad, Fallon inherited a lot from him, from his personality and looks to his nickname.
I've always called him Baby Buttons. It's always, for me, it's Baby Buttons.
Yeah, Baby Buttons.
Matt went by the nickname Buttons because of his blue eyes. While Fallon doesn't have those same blue eyes, he instantly got the nickname Baby Buttons after his dad.
I'm very thankful that I have Fallon, but I'm also grateful that he doesn't have blue eyes, because if he did, I don't know that I could look at him in his face every day and not be my heart being torn out of my chest, because it's already like a reminder, but because of his personality and how much he looks like his dad, I think it would be harder if he had the blue eyes.
And the similarities reach beyond the physical.
It's funny to watch Fallon because he doesn't realize it, but if he looked at himself in the mirror, he would see exactly what his daddy was. His daddy was very witty, always cracking jokes, always just like the center of attention, likes to do crazy dances, and he's the same way. Like, he loves the same kind of music his dad did. I mean, it's crazy to see because he's just like his dad.
But now, as Finley and Fallon grow up, they are faced with the challenges of not having their dad around.
A father and daughter's relationship is something that's very, very special. The ice creams, the coffees, the dates, your first school dance. As you get older, you understand all that a little bit more. What does that mean that you're missing it?
He wasn't there for it, but also at the same time, I know he was watching over me at the same time.
What makes you say that?
Because sometimes I can feel him, but I can't see him. And I talk to him most of the time.
How do you feel him?
Sad, because he's not here. But also I have Miss Garrett to be here and to support me through everything.
And despite never meeting him, Fallon feels Matt's absence as well.
Fallon, if you can say anything to Dad, what do you say?
I wish you were here to see me, and I wish you were here so I can see you.
It's hard to watch them miss their dad because I can't ease the pain. I can't make it better. All I can do is, give them the memories that I have and what I hold on to.
Finley and Fallon have their mom and Matt's parents to lean on for those memories. But they also have Matt's brothers in blue they can turn to for both stories and support. One of the Gerald's kids' biggest cheerleaders over the last decade has been Sergeant Chad Montgomery, who responded to and survived the ambush. Finley and Fallon have a special name for him.
What is your nickname?
It's Pop-Tart.
Who is Pop-Tart?
He's like an uncle to me, like a built-in uncle. He's an important person in my life, but he has struggles too. He was there. He has struggles at the same time. He was there for us through everything, and he's like a father figure, but he's like a built-in brother for my dad, and I'm just grateful for Pop-Tart because he's a goofy person too, and I'm just grateful for that. My dad got to meet him and Mr. Brad.
Mr. Brad is Baton Rouge police officer Brad Barr, who worked at the 3rd District with Matt. He is still working there today.
They're both like that, and yeah, he's just like an uncle to me.
Talk to me about what all you guys do together.
We have our struggles together. We laugh and goof off together. We have serious conversations sometimes about my dad and stuff and what he did, and I'm grateful for that because it's hard to remember what it was like when I was little to remember him, but at the same time I still have those tiny memories of my dad sometimes.
10 years have passed since Desha last saw her husband and the father of her children, but she says that decade has not healed the pain, and she can't help but wonder, what if?
And like I have faith, and I know that, everybody has, their time on earth, and his time on earth was up. And I realize that, but I often wonder if, it didn't happen the way that it happened, and he might have been able to survive, what would have been different? How would life, be?
This firm is an aircraft carrier parked in the middle of our community, in which anyone, any walk of life, can come through these doors, and we will be able to give them the ability to launch off any type of attack toward anyone who has wronged them. We are the go-to firm for the little man.
What have the last 10 years been like for you guys?
Miserable.
No answer.
Some losses are so great there aren't words to describe them. For James and Mary Touye, the last 10 years have been about loving their son, fighting for their son, and ultimately learning how to live without him.
We knew he would, though. He's the type that strives to live. Always has been. When it all happened that morning, we knew, just in the back of our minds, we knew if Nick was out, he was going to be there. And he was going to be there as fast as he could get there.
She was right. On July 17, 2016, Deputy Touye heard his friend Brad Garafola call out that an officer was down. Without hesitation, he raced toward the scene. He pulled up behind the gunman's rented vehicle. As he stepped out to check it, he came under fire. Another responding deputy, Bruce Simmons, heard Nick's call for help.
He got shot through his abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
And that, Bruce said that he heard Nick yelling, "I'm shot, I'm shot."
Nick had been shot 3 times, once in the head, once in the abdomen, and once in the left shoulder. A Baton Rouge police officer loaded him into an ambulance and rushed him to Our Lady of the Lake. James and Mary met their son there, not knowing if they would ever speak to him again.
Told us that Nick was in surgery and not to expect any good outcome because, he said he was in real bad shape.
Surgeons spent hours trying to save his life, reattaching his left ear, removing bullet fragments from his brain, while another team worked to repair the devastating injuries to his abdomen. His bulletproof vest just wasn't enough to protect him. Then came the news every parent fears.
They said that, Nick was not going, they hated to tell us, but Nick he was out of surgery, but he was not going to survive overnight.
But he did. Then doctors said he wouldn't make it 48 hours. He did. Then they said he wouldn't survive a week. He did. The Touyes never stopped believing.
We were asking for prayers, and we were being contacted, by people everywhere.
With each passing day, the impossible kept happening. 4 months after the ambush, Nick was flown to Tier Memorial Hermann in Houston, one of the nation's leading rehabilitation hospitals. For the first time, there was real hope.
Good. All right, now down. Yeah.
Then came another heartbreaking moment. As Nick became more aware of his surroundings, his parents tried to protect him from the truth. They did not want to tell him that one of his closest friends, Brad Garafola, had been killed. But Nick already knew.
And you guys did not let him know his brothers had passed.
No.
But he knew.
He did. He did know.
Tell me about that, because you're the one who told. Weren't you in the room that day?
When we were talking and asking and told him that they passed.
No.
No, you
told Nick that they didn't pass away.
Yeah.
And Nick turned his head to the side. No.
No, he knew.
And so they again told him, and that it was Brad
Right.
that they were talking about.
Nick and Brad were very close friends.
And when they said, Brad made it through it, no.
Little by little, Nick found new ways to communicate. First with simple head movements, then using an ABC board and a laser pointer.
Nick, can you push forward? Let's make an N.
He even made his mom a birthday card. Small moments that felt like miracles.
When his boys would come to visit, he would be able to talk to them. But the first thing he told them when he learned how to do that is that he was sorry that this happened to him.
For their sake, not his sake.
Yes. He said he was sorry that he ever went to work that morning.
Every new word, every movement, every smile was a victory. Then COVID changed everything. Therapy stopped. The family was forced to leave Houston and return home. The progress they had spent years fighting for began to slip away.
Do you believe that had COVID not happened, we wouldn't be where we are today?
It's possible.
Yes, it's very possible.
Because
COVID made us come home to Baton Rouge.
Infections followed, then sepsis.
He started swelling, and so they had to start inserting tubes into his abdomen. And the poison that started coming out, they were hoping that they would be able to keep him on antibiotics, and they had many that he would overcome
What was going on with him at that time.
After nearly 6 years of defying every expectation, the fight was coming to an end.
Take me to the end. You said he made that decision.
Yeah, it was a hard decision.
Just not something to talk about.
We don't talk about it.
Nick Tuyer's end of watch came in May 2022. After almost 6 years of fighting to live, the battle was over.
You don't know how much I miss that. I haven't heard his voice in 10 years.
Nick left behind his parents and his 2 sons. Trent is now married and the couple has a 2-year-old son. Gage Tuyer, who served in the Marines, tells us life has not been the same without his father's guidance.
I go through depressive states sometimes thinking about him. It's just growing up, like life achievements, not having him around. It's been extra hard leaving the Marine Corps and coming into the civilian life, not having him right there to be right by my side to answer any of my questions that I have, or if I need any headway to go throughout life. That's a big thing to me, is not having him with me.
James and Mary have since moved away, but they always find their way back home, because home is where Nick is. His final resting place has become a place of conversation, of memories, and of quiet moments with their son. They bring flowers, they bring flags, and sometimes a fruity drink.
Why the fruity drink?
Because Nick liked fruity drinks.
Nick's legacy did not end with his last breath. His story helped change how Louisiana protects its law enforcement officers. The Capital Area Law Enforcement Foundation was created after the ambush to help provide higher-grade ballistic vests to officers across the state, thanks to former Baton Rouge Police Chief Pat Inglade.
That's what cops need. It's about time for our government to come up for air and, realize the situation we put cops in and realize the protection we need to make available to them.
Earlier this year, that mission received a major boost after a new law went into effect to help purchase vests.
You give them the best. They're giving you their best. So why not return the favor?
Yeah. Ultimately, the best would have helped Nick, survive.
If Nick would have had an angel armor vest on,
he'd still be here.
He got shot through his abdomen.
Today, Nick Tuyer's name is etched on the National Law Enforcement Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. But his family does not need a memorial to remember him. They remember him every day, in the stories they tell, the memories they share, and the bench they sit on beside his grave.
Just all seemed like 10 years ago. It really doesn't.
Sergeant Chad Montgomery has spent 33 years in law enforcement. He's a third-generation police officer, but no amount of experience could have prepared him for July 17, 2016.
None of us expected it. The
summer of 2016 was unlike anything Baton Rouge police had experienced. Officers were working 12-hour shifts, riding two to a unit, and constantly watching their surroundings following days of civil unrest. Chad Montgomery says every officer knew they had a target on their back.
Your head was on a swivel. You had a target on your back, especially every police officer was in a marked car. We worked 12 hours for about a month straight. And it was just a day of everybody just kind of let their guard down and relaxed. And lo and behold.
That Sunday was supposed to mark a return to normal. Instead, it became the worst day of his life. When Deputy Brad Garafola radioed that an officer was down, Montgomery and his partner were only a few miles away. They hit the gas.
Put in gear and code 3, 100 miles an hour. Getting there. We pulled up and seen a body laying across.
When they arrived, they thought they were looking at an officer rendering aid. They were wrong.
Unbeknownst at the time, it was Montreal. And then we seen somebody was leaning next to Montreal. We thought it was another officer, rendering aid to him, but we was wrong about that. So as soon as we pulled up, we started taking gunfire. We put it in reverse and backed up and continued to take more gunfire. He took 1 or 2 shots, went through the front windshield and through the plastic cage in the back of the car and into the back windshield. So that's the one that hit me on the side of the head. And as we were backing up, coming out, he started shooting again.
Montgomery survived the ambush, but the questions from that morning have never left him. Even 10 years later, he still replays those seconds in his mind, not because he forgot what happened, but because he remembers every detail.
I second guess a lot of things on it, not knowing that was not another officer, that was indeed the shooter. What if I kept driving and ran over him? Or what if, we'd have passed it up? Or what if I'd have moved to the right a little bit? Or if my partner would have moved to the left a little bit? Neither one of us might not have been here.
The physical injuries healed. The emotional ones are still a part of his life.
Do you feel you were given a second chance at life that day?
Third and fourth and fifth chance, yeah. A lot of chances that day.
When the shooting ended, the Brotherhood did not. The officers who survived made sure the families of the fallen never faced life alone. For Desha Gerald and her daughter Finley, that promise continues today.
What is your nickname?
It's Pop-Tart.
And when it came time for Finley's father-daughter dance, the men who served beside her dad stood in his place.
Buttons whenever he got on with us. I'm the one who did the interview on him. I'm the one who did his background check. So it started, way before he got to Academy. In Montreal, everybody knew Montreal. Hell, you could, not know Montreal. So, plus we worked in the 3rd District together, and we was on opposite rotation, but we still worked days. So we still had our Fridays that we all worked together. Nick and I went to school together. I've been knowing Nick way before I was a police officer. When I worked for the sheriff's office, I knew Bruce for many years.
To Chad Montgomery, the men lost that day were not just fellow officers, they were brothers.
They're up there looking down, there's no doubt, but as far as what these guys are missing, the birthday parties, the Christmas holidays.
He says if there's one group that deserves more credit than anyone else, it's the wives who were left to raise their families without their husbands.
Strong women. They're doing a job by themselves that it's hard to do with 2 people. And where they get their inner strength from, I have no idea, but God bless them.
The 3rd District looks different today. People have retired, transferred, and moved away. But every July 17th, they come back together, not because they have to, because they want to.
I think there's only one person left on that squad from the beginning, as Sergeant Brad Barr. He's the only one that's left, but all the other guys who left and went to other squads and retired or quit or whatever the case might be, they still always come back together on the 17th.
10 years have passed. The scars are no longer visible, but the memories are just as clear. For Chad Montgomery, July 17th is not just the day he survived an ambush. It's the day he lost his brothers, and he hopes Baton Rouge never forgets the men who never made it home. To honor the 4 men and their sacrifice, a portion of Airline Highway between the Be Quick and Baton Rouge Police Headquarters was renamed last year to the Jackson, Gerald, Garofalo, Touye Memorial Highway, with none other than Mason Jackson unveiling the sign itself.
That's always going to be the day that we lost 3 good men at the time, but technically 4, and I don't want anybody to forget that day. That should always be a special day. Sad, but special.
And in the nation's capital, all 4 names are now etched into the National Fallen Officers Memorial Wall. Their light will forever continue shining down on the city these men sacrificed it all for. 10 years ago, these families lost their husbands, fathers, sons, and friends. Today, they proved something else. Love doesn't end when someone is gone. It lives on in the people they raised, the families they left behind, and the milestones they have already been a part of, and those yet to come. From the entire Unfiltered with Kieran team, thank you for joining us.